guys, and welcome to Tech Talk, where we talk all things technology. And today we are here in Merrick Park, where we are going to talk all things agro technology with the Agric Rocket company. They're gonna be talking about more into agriculture and technology and development. My name is Jabulani Tulani Kumalo, and without wasting much of your time, let's get into history and trivia.
Agricultural technology, Agritech, refers to the use of technology in agriculture to improve yield, efficiency, and profitability through products, services, and applications that enhance various agricultural processes. The Neolithic Revolution, around 10,000 years ago, transformed human societies from nomadic hunter-gatherers to settled agricultural communities, marked by domestication of plants and animals, surplus food production, and development in irrigation technology, laying the foundation for early civilization. The Roman era saw significant advancement in agricultural technology, including the introduction of new implements like the Roman plow and the compilation of agricultural manuals like De Re Rustica, which documented and disseminated best practices in agricultural farming. During the Middle Ages, agricultural processes was marked by innovations like crop rotation, the three-field system, and the heavy plow, which improved soil fertility, increased crop yields, and enabled cultivation of new lands, significantly boosting agricultural productivity. The Industrial Revolution transformed agriculture by introducing mechanized machinery such as seed drills, reapers, and steam-powered engines. The Industrial Revolution transformed agriculture by introducing mechanized machinery such as seed drills, reapers, and steam-powered tractors, which greatly increased productivity and replaced manual labor and animal-powered farming, leading to widespread adoption of modern farming technology and practices. Agricultural robots, agricultural drones, and driverless tractors have found regular use on farms, while digital agriculture and precision agriculture make use of extensive data collection and computation to improve farm efficiency. The concept of greenhouse emerged in the Netherlands and England in the 17th century. The concept of greenhouse emerged in the Netherlands and England in the 17th century. The first stove-heated greenhouse in the UK was created by Chelsea Syke Garden in 1681. The concept of greenhouse has existed since Roman times, with early examples of artificial heated greenhouses in Korea during the 1450s. The modern greenhouses emerged in the Netherlands and England in the 17th century, with advancement in design and technology continuing through the centuries. Initially only accessible to the wealthy, greenhouses became more widespread and are now used globally, with ongoing inventions in materials, design, and technology, including the use of artificial intelligence and machinery learning to optimize plant growth conditions. Instead, it relies on nutrient-rich water solution to deliver essential minerals and nutrients directly to the plant roots. This approach allows for precise control over growing conditions and can lead to increased crop yields and faster growth rates.
Alright guys, that was history and trivia. So let's get into Agri Rocket and talk to everybody who is included in the section of agricultural technology. So join me and let's hop in and look for the manager. Let's go. Hello, welcome back to the second segment, and yes, we are still here at Agri Rocket talking about technology in agriculture. And right now we are going to talk to Mr. Chamunoro, who's going to be giving us a deep brief on technology in fish farming. We want to welcome to the show Mr. Munira. Welcome, sir. So we want to know, sir, how did this whole system come about?
So everything is changing. Technology is changing, climate is changing. You can see even the culture is changing. So even in farming, also things are changing.
True.
We now do fish farming in a greenhouse because we understand that in winter, our crop, our animal, our fish production is very low. Why? Because fish, they don't eat during winter. There is low consumption, so they grow lesser in winter. Why? Because of the temperatures. So we have to put a greenhouse. This greenhouse increases temperatures inside the water or within the water. So it allows the fish to grow as normal. Why? Because the temperatures are still the normal temperatures that are required by a fish. So this is now what we are calling new fish farming technology. It's not only that, we are now incorporating or we are integrating crops or plants with fish farming, which we now call hydroponics or aquaponics as well. So we are saying the waste from the fish is now feeding or is now giving nutrients to the plants that we can have. So this is now the technology that we are talking about. This is the cutting edge technology which we are bringing to farmers as we talk about fish farming.
So how do you come about this whole system of fish farming?
Okay, now taking into consideration these changes that we are talking about, you would see that there is an increase in our population. So the demand of food, the demand of protein, it is pushing us as engineers to think outside the box, to think how can we solve such systems? How can we, land is not increasing, land is we know that land cannot be expanded.
True.
So we have to use the resources that we have to produce the best that we need. So we understand that with a hydroponic system, you only need a small space and you can do farming of fish in a tank, like we are saying here. We are integrating a tank, greenhouse, and a plant in the same area.
Oh, true. Guiding out of a success rate of your fish farming system, how successful has it been so far?
Very successful. Why am I saying so? Last year we have a peri-urban farmer who won an award for this. So it is something that we can talk about when it comes to productivity, when it comes to affordability, when it comes to as well efficiency. So we are seeing that there is now an increased production in terms of fish farming. So it means at the end of the day, it is helping very much.
That's true. I don't have to worry about the prices of my sushi going up in winter, knowing that the fish is always available throughout with this system of farming, and which is quite beneficial throughout the whole worldwide in Zimbabwe, actually. So I want to know how costly is the whole system in the making and everything?
Okay. For a start, maybe you can start with a 1,000-liter tank. That 1,000-liter tank, it costs you something like $90. You can set up a hydroponic system that costs you something like $100. Then a small greenhouse. This is for fish that can be around 20 for a family consumption. So it means that we can have something costing around $300 is the setting up cost. But with the time, you can have your fish about $60. You can buy 1,000 fish. So you need only maybe about 100 fish, 200 fish as a family. So it's very affordable. You can do it.
Okay. So how does your system partake in Vision 2030?
Yeah, this is the way to go. This is the way forward. Why? Because we understand that Zimbabwe used to be the great basket of Africa. So we still need that title, and we are going to get that title. As you can see that our agricultural sector, our agricultural ministry is very active, taking awards. This is because of these systems that we are talking about. It is embracing new technology in farming, and you cannot run away from technology if you want to do more, if you want to produce things of high quality in a short space of time. So this is where we are saying this is the way to go.
Okay, so we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Tamuka there to give us the whole brief or more information on the aquaponics greenhouse system. welcome back, guys. We're in the demonstration tent. As you can see, this is the greenhouse. I like to call it the tent, as I understand it. But anyways, this is the greenhouse, and it's very tight. It's a very tight space. And here we have the fish tank, and Mr. Tamuka to describe the whole situation, what's happening with the aquaponics system. Just in case you get a bit confused, aqua is just water. There's nothing complicated about it. So let's get information from Mr. Tamuka right here. We want to know what's happening in the whole system right here.
Okay, thank you. So what is happening here is we have combined fish farming and hydroponics farming to have aquaponics. What we are trying to establish here is to make sure that we remove soil as a medium. This is the hydroponics part. So the nutrients that these crops or these plants are getting is from the fish, the waste from the fish. We want to make sure that this waste does not go to waste as it is waste. We want to make sure it is usable. So it is going to provide nutrients for our plants. So this is just a system whereby we are going to have supply of nutrients to our plants from the fish. Then the system, it's a circle. So if there is suction of water, liquid nutrients, it goes around the hydroponic system and it gets back to the fish pond through this blue pipe. So it's just a system whereby we are trying to make sure that we utilize the waste from the fish so that it provides nutrients to our plants, and also we remove soil as a medium, because if we have observed that if we continue using soil as a medium, there are a lot of disadvantages that comes with soil being a medium. For example, diseases that are within pests or other parasites that are within the soil. Those are the ones that we are trying to address so that we achieve a better production in terms of our crops.
Oh, true. So you're trying to have a limited soil composite and more water into the system.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do you monitor the whole system to make sure it has adequate water supply here? It doesn't give too much water or less water to the plants.
Okay, so this system, as you have said, this is just a demonstration. I think that's why he said it is small. So this system, we have a water pump that is in this fish pond. So we know that the water requirement of this plant is so much. So we calculate the water flow, the flow rate that must be pumped by our pump to the system, so that we maintain the optimum water requirement by our plants. We don't want to overfeed, we don't want to underfeed at the same time.
So, we want to know, is this pump running on electricity or any form of energy?
Yeah, this one is an electric pump. So as you can see, this code here, that is the one that is supplying power to our pump.
Okay, so this is an direct organic farming.
Right.
There is nothing added into it.
Nothing added. This is organic farming, because there are also effects that have risen in the health sector, that too much of inorganic food is causing health hazards. So we are trying also to make sure that we achieve organic farming. That's the reason why we are using this system, since we are using manure from the fish to feed nutrients to our crops. So this is entirely an organic system.
True. And besides having the better part of the whole system, what sorts of other challenges do you face in the whole system monitoring and everything?
I think, as per se, as for me, someone who has gone to school to make sure that I grasp the concept of making sure that this system works. So I think maybe for farmers, they might face challenges in terms of education, because this system, it's technology. You just know, if there is a new gadget on the market, first 2 or 3 days, you get a difficult or a challenge in trying to maneuver around it. So I think that's maybe what we can say our farmers can face in terms of the knowledge on how to maintain. Since we have also said there is pumps involved, there are certain ways which you have to make sure that you keep the pump safe, you keep the pump operational, because if you don't keep the pump operational, you're going to there is going to be stop in terms of supply of nutrients to our plants. So those are some of the techniques that we make sure that we educate our farmers, which might be a challenge to them.
Okay. Despite the fact that this is a demo, I see that this is a mobile system as well. You can actually move with it, which means the original system is also like this as well.
Exactly. I think in terms of movability, this tank here, which we have used, it's movable. So in case, because what we are trying to address is not to limit people to one position. Even this greenhouse, it's movable also. It's built by steel. It's movable, bolt and nut. you just unscrew and move it. In case you have other planning, land use planning, you've changed the use or the position, you want to change the position of your system, you can just move it to another position which you want to move it, which you want it to be.
Maybe my last question before I draw you into a dart of questions. How far has the market accepted your new system? Like how, it's not easy for people to just accept a new system when they're used to their genuine system that was working for them. How is it in terms of being accepted?
I think with the change in terms of climatic conditions or weather conditions, I think the market at the end of the day will be forced to accept this system because it addresses some challenges like climatic changes. I think we are now facing the change in weather patterns, we are facing droughts and so forth. If you are a farmer and you want to make sure that you want to make profit from a business, because we are saying agriculture must be taken from a business perspective. So I think at the end of the day, the market will have to accept this new technology. But as of now, because of lack of knowledge, I think even the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. True. We are trying by whatever means we can to make sure that the farmers that are into fish farming, the farmers that are into production of these expensive crops like lettuce, know this type of system so that we save them from weather changes in weather or climatic conditions. We also save them from producing inorganic produce. We also save them from having other expenses in terms of inputs, for example, fertilizers. I think you have seen this system. It doesn't have any factory-made fertilizers. It's coming from the fish. So I think at the end of the day, the market will accept it. But as of now, there is little knowledge since it's a technology or it's a new system that we are trying to put across. So it regulates from the pump specifications. The pump specifications is the flow rate. That's the first thing. Then the second thing, as you can see, we have a mechanization here which looks like a tape, but we call it a bovine. This also helps us to regulate the amount of water that comes in the hydroponic system with the same using with the pump specifications.
Oh, true. So how long does the whole system take for it to be a success? There's a period where you got to take out the fish and put it somewhere else or sell them. How long does the whole process take for everything to be fully considered a success?
Normally, if I got your question correct, this system, we since this one is a demonstration,
yeah, true.
There are some limitations. We want to demonstrate the concept. But if it is now in a real world situation,
let's pretend we're in the real situation.
In a real world situation now, this pond will have a water reticulation or an outlet that makes sure that we circulate the water, since in case there's no need of removing the fish and put some water, we will be disturbing the fish. So we would want to minimize that, because if we disturb the fish, we are also disturbing the growth rate, of which we want to maximize on growth rate. So this as being a demo, we just use we just normally use our buckets to interchange the water if there is need. For example, if the water becomes too dirty.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. That's really correctly how you answered my question. But anyways, if we get a chance, guys, to go to the bigger pond, we have a bigger pond, right?
Yeah.
True. If we get a chance to go and have a site at the bigger pond and see how the whole system works, we want to know how it really works in the original site. So if we have a chance, we might go to the whole site and check out the whole system and how it works. But this was just a brief description of how the whole system works. These are the plants. As you can see, they're fed by this water into the whole system that you see, the chamber here. It chains in the water into the whole plants and it feeds them. And there's a regulator, as they said, it regulates water from that source to the other section. Thank you very much. We want to thank Chamuka for giving us a whole description of the whole system and how it works. Please do join us next time when we go into a run-through on Tech Talk and technology news and information. I am Jablan Tlan Kumalo, your host. It's bye-bye for now.